girl Natural Nini. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a story time on something that happened in my past, and I've actually have never told y'all this ever on my channel, so this is my very first time telling you guys this. But today's video is going to be a story time on how I was bullied in elementary school. So I'm going to be telling you guys how I was bullied, why I was bullied, how I dealt with the bullies, and tips to give you guys as well, like if you're being bullied or if you know someone who's being bullied. I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on that to help them through this situation. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started with this video. Off on why I was bullied. So it was actually 3 girls who bullied me, and I'm not going to tell you guys their names or their races because I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, but there were 3 girls who did bully me in elementary school. And I guess you could say I really started getting bullied, I think I'll say about 1st grade. That's when I started to get bullied. Now mind you, I am 19 and this happened like a whole decade ago, or almost a decade ago, because of course I was in elementary school, so I was a little girl. So if I don't remember everything, forgive me, bear with me, but I'm gonna try to remember and give you guys everything in order if I can. So I believe I started to get bullied in 1st grade. And in 1st grade, I think I was 6. I think I was 6 in 1st grade. And I was still practically new to the school because even though I was born and raised in Memphis, I did spend the majority, well not the majority, but most of my younger days in Lebanon, Tennessee. And we moved there, I think, in 2008. And I think that's when I started kindergarten, or like my 2nd year of kindergarten, sometime in 2008. And by 1st grade, in 1st grade, I think I was 6 in 1st grade. And that's when I first started to get bullied, because I actually made friends. Like when I first got to the elementary school, I started to make friends really easily, even though I'm shy now. And I was shy back then, but when I first got to elementary school, I did make friends kind of easily. And I guess the bullies just like didn't like me or whatever. But moving on to the other part of 1st grade, since I still was practically new and I was pretty much getting like tours of the school so I could know like where everything was. And I just guess the bullies really didn't like me. I really don't know why in 1st grade. I really don't know why they didn't like me, because I was trying to get to know people because I was new to the school. And that was pretty much it for 1st grade. A lot of things really didn't happen in 1st grade, except for I did make some good grades and I started to make friends. And pretty much in every grade that I was in, like throughout my whole entire elementary school life, every single teacher that I had loved me. Like they loved my personality, they loved my ambition, like how fast I was to get my work done. I was also helpful in elementary school as well. Like I helped teachers and some students. So I guess they just didn't like me for that reason. I really don't know why. But moving on to 2nd grade. In 2nd grade, that's really when the bullying really started to happen. Now, I wasn't physically bullied or emotionally bullied or even cyber bullied. I honestly think, like I told y'all earlier, it was pretty much based off jealousy and the fact that they just didn't like me being the new girl in the school. So in 2nd grade, I think that was when I was like 7 or 8. And nap time was still going on in 2nd grade, and I was allowed, well, everybody was allowed to bring like a plush animal and a blanket to school. And mind you, during that time I was either 7 or 8, so I was a little girl in my childhood, and I really loved Dora the Explorer. And I remember this one day when I went to sleep, like everybody went to sleep for nap time, and I had my Dora plush doll and my Dora blanket, and I remember waking up and my Dora plush doll was missing. And so I automatically went up to the teacher and asked, I think somebody might have taken my Dora plush doll because I went to sleep with it, and now I woke up and now it's missing. And so the teacher asked, okay, who took Lanesha's Dora plush doll? And then out of the blue, like in the back of the classroom, that's when the bully stood up and said, oh, we have it. And the teacher was like, so why did you take Lanesha's plush doll? And they were like, well, I think it's silly that she has a Dora plush doll. Like, she should grow up and get into something more mature. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, I'm in 2nd grade, I'm 7 years old, and I'm pretty much a little girl. So if I want to bring a Dora plush doll to school for nap time, then I can. Because back then when I was younger, I really loved Dora. I loved SpongeBob too, but during that time, I was the Dora fanatic. Like, I had everything Dora. And if we were allowed to bring stuff like that for nap time, then of course I'm gonna bring it. So I guess just because I brought Dora, they didn't like me for some reason, or they were bullying me because I did like Dora. And also in 2nd grade and pretty much throughout my whole elementary school life, my gym teacher called me Dora because I really don't think she knew my real name, because my real name is Lanesha, but I don't think my gym teacher actually knew my real name. So she just kind of like nicknamed me. I really don't think she made fun of me. I think she was just trying to like remember me or remember who I was. And she just started calling me Dora because I had like Dora clothes, I had Dora school supplies, Dora backpack, Dora plush doll, Dora lunchbox. I had Dora everything. And I guess the bullies picked up off of that and started bullying me because I like Dora, which is kind of stupid because everybody during, like, you know, your younger childhood, you always have some kind of cartoon character that you admire or that you really like. So the fact that they bullied me off of liking Dora is just stupid. Like, I don't understand it at all. And then also further into 2nd grade, they also started bullying me because I was smart and I was making more friends, and I was pretty much the teacher's pet. Because I do remember in this one classroom, I think it was like reading class or something, I was the first person to get done with all of my work, and the teacher actually let me play on her iPad while the other kids were pretty much struggling to get their work done. And so I do remember during that time, I was like sitting in this rocking chair in this play area, and all of the students were like out in the, like, you know, work area or in the desk or whatever, getting their work done. And I just remember the bullies, I said bullyings. I do remember the bullies staring at me the whole entire time I was over there. And I was like, why are you so mad at me? I mean, I was the one who got my work done first. So they were pretty much jealous of me, you know, like teachers liking me or teachers, you know, pretty much favoring me over other students. But personally, that's not my issue. I mean, I get my work done because I want to get it done and over with. And all throughout elementary school, I made A's and B's as well. So I was smart, I was pretty, I got my work done, I had friends, boys liked me as well. They did not like that part at all. Like, they did not like the fact that boys liked me and they were talking to me and all that kind of stuff. But that was pretty much it for like 2nd grade. And then moving on to 3rd grade. 3rd grade, I think, was the year that I got bullied the most, because 3rd grade was when I started wearing glasses. And from that point, before, like in 2nd grade, 1st grade, kindergarten, I was not wearing glasses at all. So I did have to start wearing glasses in 3rd grade, which technically is not my fault because most everybody in my family wears glasses. So I started wearing glasses in 3rd grade, and they started calling me all kind of names. Like, they called me like nerd girl, they called me four-eyed girl, they called me like nerdy or something like that. They just called me all kind of crazy names. And this one girl who bullied me the most, she called me big head, which my head honestly is not that big. Like, my head is a medium-sized head, like a normal sized head. And she started calling me like big head, fat head, cricket head, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what is your problem? Like, my head is normal size. So they were just bullying me because they didn't like me, and because, you know, I was pretty much everybody's favorite person in the school. And moving on to fourth grade, I think I'll say that's probably when the bullying stopped. I think well, maybe it continued in fifth grade. I don't really know. Like I said, it's been about a decade since this happened. But in fourth grade, I do remember they got me in trouble. I don't really remember like how it happened, but I do remember that it was around recess time, and I actually was in timeout, I think for like 15 minutes. Like, I had to stand up against the wall or something before I was able to go out and play on the playground with my friends. And right before it was time to go back into the classroom, I remember one of the bullies, who was a girl, I was getting ready to like get off the play set that was on the playground, and all of a sudden she had the audacity, she had the audacity to put her hands on my shoulders. And I was like, oh baby, you think you finna put your hands on my shoulders and get away with it and think I'm not about to do nothing? Like, baby, that's not how it's about to roll. Like, you ain't finna put your hands on me and think I'm about to stand here and let you do that. Like, you're not finna do that. So she put her hands on my shoulders, then she started to push me. I was like, oh baby, you messed with the wrong girl today, honey, like, for real. So I immediately put my hands on her shoulders and started to push her, because you're not gonna put your hands on me and push me and get away with it. Like, it's not gonna happen. And so I remember we were kind of like pushing and tugging at each other for like a good 5 minutes, at least until like one of the teachers came over and said, girls, what are you doing? And there were actually other students around who witnessed what happened, and all of them said that the bully put her hands on me first. But guess what? I still ended up getting in trouble. Like, why am I getting in trouble if I'm defending myself? It's like she put her hands on me first, and you think I'm not gonna put my hands back to like defend myself and to protect myself? Like, for real. And I ended up getting in trouble. I think I got ISS for a day, and the girl who started the fight, pretty much, she ended up getting like OSS, I think, for like 3 days. And that was just like a big no-no. Like, you think you finna put your hands on me and think I'm about to stand there and let you do that. Like, that's not finna happen. And I'm still kind of confused to this day, first off, why she did that in the first place, and why I got in trouble if I'm defending myself. So pretty much all throughout of elementary school, I pretty much was bullied. I really don't think, oh, hold on, wait a minute. So fifth grade came, and one of the girls' mom actually passed away. And with me being a Christian and being humble and being nice, I was giving her my condolences. Like, I was saying, I'm very, very sorry for your loss. I'm very, very sorry. And the girl thought I was making fun of her mama dying. And I was like, that's not even me. That's not even who I am. Like, I was being nice to her. Even though she was bullying me and being mean to me, I was being nice to her, you know, trying to like comfort her and give her my condolences. And she pretty much told the teacher that I was making fun of her mom dying. And that's not even me. That's not my style. That's not how I roll. Like, I'm a Christian. I was raised in a godly home, and I was just giving her my condolences. And she thought I was making fun of her mom dying. And I actually did not get in trouble for it. The teacher actually had to explain to the girl what I was pretty much talking about. And the teacher was like, just don't make her upset again or do anything else like that again. And I was like, okay, I won't talk to her ever again. And I was just trying to be nice. Honestly, I don't remember how the situation happened, but I do remember her going to tell the teacher that I made fun of her mom dying. Like, that doesn't make sense. I'm giving you my condolences to your passing, mom, and you think I'm making fun of you. Like, that doesn't make sense. So that did happen in 5th grade, and pretty much all throughout elementary school I was bullied. And to be honest, you guys, it really did not affect me. It did not affect me that I was being bullied, because I won't say I was used to it, but I'll just say that it really didn't bother me, because I'm not saying I know they were beneath me, but I'm just saying that it really didn't affect me, because in the end, I just knew they were jealous. Like, I knew they were jealous because I was pretty. I was pretty much the teacher's pet. Every teacher that I had liked me. I was making friends. I was making good grades. I was pretty much getting special privileges, special treatment, and they just didn't like me. I mean, it's not my fault that they like me. It's not my fault that I have a good personality. It's just the way I am. So they pretty much just bullied me off of jealousy, and at the end of the day, it really didn't affect me. And to this day, it still doesn't affect me. Even though I kind of do reflect on it because it still happened in my lifetime, it does not affect me at all, none whatsoever. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys, the bullies tried to become my friends. Like, I think in 5th grade, they tried to become my friends. Like, they saw that I had a lot of friends and that I was getting a lot of attention from the people in the school, and they tried to become my friends. Like, how you gonna bully me for pretty much, like, what, 4 years, and then you're gonna try to become my friend? Like, no, it does not work like that. Like, you're not finna bully me and make fun of me in front of everybody and affect me and think that I'm about to be a friend. Like, even though they did not affect me, I'm pretty sure they thought they affected me, but they did not affect me. So how you think you're gonna bully me and then try to become my friend? Like, do you really think I want to be your friend? Like, somebody who bullies you and then they try to be your friend. Like, what in, like, where does that come from? Like, you're not gonna bully me and then try to be my friend, because I already have friends who didn't make fun of me. I already had friends who liked me for who I was. So you're not finna bully me and then expect me to be like your best friend, your BFF for life. Like, it doesn't work like that. And when that actually happened, it really shocked me, because first of all, I already don't like you and you don't like me. So why are you trying to become my friend? Like, it does not make sense. And I actually, of course, ended up telling my family about the bullying situation, and they did not like it one bit. Like, they even went up to the school and tried to have it resolved and everything, and it just wasn't a good time back then. Like, I did not like any part of my elementary school experience, except for making the friends that liked me for who I was, and pretty much the good grades that I made and the good rewards that I got from elementary school. But outside of the bullying and making fun of, personally, I really did not like my elementary school. I did not like most of the people that was in there, especially not the bullies. But all in all, elementary school for me was not that great, but I was bullied in elementary school. Now I'm gonna tell you guys how I ignored the bullies who bullied me, and give you guys tips as well for anybody who is being bullied out there, or if you're being bullied, or if you know somebody who is being bullied. These tips and this advice will definitely help you all. So tip number 1, or advice piece number 1, ignore the bullies. If somebody is bullying you, just ignore them, because the only thing they want from you is attention. They want that attention from you so they can make fun of you in front of everybody and pretty much just bully you and just try to get attention to themselves and make fun of you and make you look bad. So when I was bullied, I'll say maybe the middle of 4th grade, I just started ignoring them, because I pretty much knew their strategy. I knew how they were trying to wheel me in to make fun of me and make me look bad and bully me. So tip number 1, ignore your bullies. Ignore them. And if you cannot ignore them, go to somebody to get help, like a teacher, administrator, a counselor, a therapist, your parents. pretty much a grown up. If you cannot ignore the bully, go to a grown up and get help. Tip number 2, if you are being bullied, go tell somebody. Because if you're being bullied, like cyber bullied or mentally or emotionally, 9 chances out of 10, you kind of keep that to yourself. Like, you don't want to tell anybody. Not saying that you're like embarrassed that you're being bullied, but you just don't want to tell anybody. Like, you kind of want to keep that to yourself. So if you are being bullied, go tell somebody, because you cannot hide that. You cannot keep that emotion bottled up inside of you, because I do know, I've actually known some people who were bullied and they actually committed suicide. And suicide is very, very serious. Like, of course, any type of death is serious, but suicide is the top death that's the most serious, because obviously if somebody commits suicide, something deep down in them is really, really bothering them, and they never told anybody about it. So if you're ever being bullied, do not keep that inside of you, because you could get the thought of committing suicide, and you do not want to do that. Like, personally, if I ever get really down and depressed and miserable, I'm not going to commit suicide. Like, I will go to somebody and get help if I need to. So if you are being bullied, do not keep that bottled up inside of you. Please go get help, because suicide is very, very serious, and we do not need any more lives taken from this earth by suicide. So if you are being bullied, please go tell somebody. Tip number 3, if you are being bullied, try not to pay attention to the bully, because they're just trying to will you in to make fun of you. Another thing is, I wouldn't say mess with the bully, but you would have to gain some kind of confidence to kind of like get that bully off your back. Like, I'm not saying to threaten him, because God forbid you don't want to threaten anybody, because people take threats the wrong way. But try to get that bully off your back, because if they pretty much kind of see like you're strong and you can like pretty much defend yourself and protect yourself, they will leave you alone, because they don't want any kind of trouble. Because let me tell you, bullies who bully you, they're pretty much doing that for themselves, to pretty much gain attention about themselves. So if you build up confidence and pretty much, not saying like start a fight or argue with anybody, but if you build up that confidence about yourself, you can pretty much defend yourself, you know, say a few words to like kind of get them off your back, but don't curse at them, don't set them out, don't do anything of that, because you don't want to get in trouble. But you want to get that bully off your back. So you kind of have to gain that confidence, that self-defense to protect yourself, to get the bully off your back. So those are pretty much all the tips that I have. If you are being bullied out there, again, please go get help. Please talk to somebody, because again, you do not want to commit suicide, because suicide is real. Like, I've actually known 2 kids who actually went to my middle school who were bullied, and they ended up committing suicide. And of course, you know, we were all sad, because we loved that person. Like, we loved them to death. They were the life of the party in middle school, and they did commit suicide, and everybody was sad, because they were pretty much like the party person, you know, like the cool kid of our friend group. So if you are being bullied, please go get help. So those were all of my tips and my story time on how I was bullied in elementary school. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share my channel, and help me reach my goal of 1,500 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.